When you hear the word peacemaker, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Probably someone who breaks up arguments, right? A mediator, maybe? Well, today we're going to dive into a much deeper, more powerful kind of peacemaking. It's not just about stopping fights. It's about the incredible strength it takes to know when to step back for the greater good. You know, we usually think of peacemaking as sorting out drama between people. But what if the biggest conflicts we face aren't between individuals at all? What if the real tension is inside a team, holding back the entire mission? That's a whole different kind of peace we need to make. And this is that higher wisdom right here. A true peacemaker is someone who can see the tension between what the mission needs to grow and what their own personal role is. And the absolute best example of this, the guy who perfected this art of stepping aside, is a biblical figure named Barnabas. Okay, so to really get this, we've got to look at one of the most important partnerships in history, Barnabas and Paul. Now, when their story kicks off, the power dynamic is super clear. Barnabas is the OG, the respected senior leader everyone looks up to. And Paul, he's the brilliant newcomer that literally nobody trusts. So here's how it all went down. You've got Paul, who used to be a bad guy, and now he's a total outcast. No one wants anything to do with him. But Barnabas, he sees something different. He doesn't just wait. He actively goes out, finds Paul, and gives him his big break. He vouches for him and brings him right into the action. At this point, it's crystal clear. Barnabas is the mentor. But here's where the story gets really amazing. As they start working together, something remarkable happens. And it wasn't some big dramatic fight or hostile takeover. No, it was this quiet, graceful shift in leadership that really shows you the true genius of Barnabas. In the early days, when you read about their journeys, the text is very specific. It always refers to the team as Barnabas and Paul. Now, that's not just a random order. Back then, that was a huge deal. It was the signal that Barnabas was the leader. He was in charge, period. But then, as they keep going, Paul's incredible gifts for speaking and leading just become undeniable. He's a powerhouse, and you can literally see the change happen in the text. The names flip. All of a sudden, it's Paul and Barnabas. And the most incredible part? There's no record of a fight, no argument. It was just a seamless, peaceful handoff. So how on earth did that happen so smoothly? Simple. Barnabas had incredible self-awareness. He knew his own strengths were in being the encourager, caring for the team. But he was also smart enough to recognize that Paul's gifts, his sharp mind and pioneering spirit, were exactly what they needed out front. This was never about his ego. It was about what was best for the mission. So what's the big takeaway for us today? This story of Barnabas isn't just some old tale. It's a straight-up masterclass in what it means to be a truly great leader in any field at any time. So here's the bottom line. Barnabas teaches us that your success as a leader isn't about how long you can stay on top. It's about who you lift up. He proves that power is for serving a cause, not feeding your own ego. And this is so important. He knew that if he clung to his position, he would become the ceiling, the very thing limiting how far the mission could go. True greatness is knowing when it's time for your role to change. This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? It's about completely letting go of your ego. The focus just shifts away from your personal wins to the ultimate success of the mission, no matter who gets the credit in the end. And that leaves us with a pretty challenging question to think about for all of us, in our own jobs, on our teams, and our families. For the sake of that bigger picture, for the sake of letting others shine and letting the mission really thrive, when is it our time to gracefully step back?